Hey, it's Jarrett Bishop here today, and I'm going to show you a little top 10 of neat little tricks and ideas I thought you could use in your map. So, let's get started. Alright, so coming in at number 1, we have using the shelf number 2 to create a garage door. It's pretty simple. You just want it in, you want to use the resize tool and just flatten it like so. And now that's pretty much it. And I'm just going to demonstrate how it's used. I got a mechanic shop right here, and I'm just going to put the fake garage door right there, and I think it looks pretty legit. It looks like a garage door. I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. And you can just duplicate it like that, or you could have it open like that, and it looks good from both sides. So yeah, that's about it. Moving on. And coming in at number 2, we have using these little trash cans / dumpsters as a newspaper stand. And you can see, just go over as how many as you want. It'll just be a simple newspaper dispenser. So what you want to do is just grab the newspaper, put it in there, and yeah, you might want to resize it to make it fit a little better. And that sounded so weird. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, duplicate it a few times if you want multiple newspapers. Now you can just select how many you want and just drag it over to all the other stands, like so. And there we go. Now we have newspapers in all of them, and you could put more or less newspapers in any of them. Doesn't particularly matter. So yeah, just make it look pretty good, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I think it looks pretty good. And if you want, you can duplicate it. Oh, my bad. Try that again. Yeah. All right. You can duplicate it like that, so you can have one on either side. So now we have both sides as newspapers. There we go. That looks a little better. And yeah, that's about it. So, moving on. Coming in at number 3, we have a really good one. This is one of my favorites. So what you want to do is get the Liberator Week, and it's the little sign that's on the Liberator in Russia, on the little aircraft carrier. You want to rotate it like that, and you can put it on a wall. It'll stick nicely because it's a decal, and decal is what this is made of. So you want to rotate it on the horizontal axis, just about that much, and then you can drag it inside the building. And now you'll notice, hey, that's an R. And you'd be right. That is an R. I think you might be able to see where this is going at this point. We can create graffiti. Yes. Alright, so you can drag it as much as you want, and just say, you could put all that if you want there. I'm just going to put IB, so I'm going to drag it like that, and then just, whoop, there you go. You sort of merge it inside the wall to create the different letters. And that's just using Liberator Weak. You can also use Liberator Strong if you want, just to create like actual letters if you wanted to spell something out. The only thing is you can only use the letters from the word Liberator. So over here, it's something I wrote. It's lit. Yes, I'm actually keeping that. I like how it looks. Alright, moving on. Number 4, we have the good old flooded subway. Yes, it's the sort of subway system idea / whatever I used in episode 2. It's where I detailed and modeled a flooded subway system, and now I'm going to show you how I did that. So if you have the normal subway system, you'll see it's just like that. If you go to environment and lighting, you can see in the bottom left there's a little sea level option, and you can raise that, and you can sort of create it as flood as you want. I have it like that, but you can you can make it like that if you want. I wouldn't advise that, but do whatever you want. So yeah, you can just You could make it that much flooded, or you could just change that value right there to make it as flooded as you want. I like the word flooded. And I don't know, I quite like the idea. So now we're jumping back into our normal city, and you can see the subway system that I created in episode 2. You can see how it's flooded, and I sort of detailed it around that. I had a boat right there and had floating crates and stuff. And I'll just go through here a bit. You can see just how it looks a small bit, and I think it looks really good. It adds atmosphere, I suppose. It's an interesting obstacle. It's an obstacle, and I think it's pretty good. Next up is number 5. This one's going to be quite interesting. So what you want to do is you want to go to the DevKit editor, go to the little window here, I don't know what it's called, and you want to go to Windows, and you want to get a few windows in. So first of all, you want the type browser, the viewport, and the selection tool. So I'm going to go kind of fast, so try to keep up. Go to Core, and now you'll see all these. You want to go to Landscape Whole Volume, and that will create this little box here. And if you have the selection tool on your little taskbar thing, you'll be able to move it and drag it along and such. So you want to drag it to the ground or wherever. Try to make it a flat surface, and you want to just increase the size of it, right? Just like that. It doesn't have to be that big. Just make it a little bigger for this. Alright, so once you're done with that, you want to go to File and then DevKit Save. This will just save the whole map. And just exit. So now once you're back in the normal editor, you want to go to Level Objects, and you want to look up the road. And the road. And then you want to go to Road Quad Hole. This is the little one with the hole in the middle, and it's usually used for the subway. The little hole that goes down in St. Petersburg, or whatever. And put it right over that hole. And now you have a little hole underground. Alright, so you're saying, oh, what's so good about that? You can look up pipe. And just go to pipe number 1. It's just this little thing. And you can put it under here. Alright? You catching on? Yeah? Alright, so what you want to do is you want to just put that under there. Make it about the right size. Just line it up enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you just want to drag it under the ground. And now you have a little hole. Yeah. A hole under the ground. There's a lot you can do with this. Like, you could make a sewer system, you could make a little secret laboratory, you could... it's so good. I think I'm going to use this in my map to make a small sewer system. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Right here, I'm just messing around with it. You can sort of rotate it like this. If you want, it'll look kind of crap and feel kind of crap when you're moving inside of it. But it works. It's you can really do whatever you want with this. It's up to you. I just made some pipes here going down for you to like crawl under, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's about it. Moving on. Coming in at number 6, we have a little more simple one. It's these little clamps, I guess. Right here in this instance, they're holding up that ladder on that diner, and I'm just going to show you how to make them. And I think they look pretty good. So first of all, you want whatever you're holding up. I'm going to use a poster, just for simpleness. Alright, next you want to look up lamp. So select lamp number 1 and just put it on the wall there. You want to rotate it a little bit, and then rotate it upside down, just like that. Now you can drag it along to whatever you're going to hold up and just put it into place, sort of like it's being clamped on or held onto, I suppose. So once you got one side, you can just copy it and paste it onto the other side, and that's about it. It's done. It's really simple, but I like it. That's not touching. So if they're not touching, you want to increase the size of it, just like that. It's pretty simple. Doesn't really change it, but it doesn't look bad, but it works. So that's about it. Moving on. All right, that's a plane crash. I guess you can tell that. You think it looks all right? I think it looks all right. Here, I'll show you how to make it. So let's go over here to a clean empty slate. First of all, you want to look up plane, and you have 5 options here, 1 through 5. I wouldn't recommend using 1 or 5. Those are biplanes. I guess in this case, I'm going to use plane number 3. It's just a simple passenger plane. So yeah, what you want to do is just set that off to the side. We won't need it for now. What you want to do first is go to debris and just put it down. So what you want to do is just flatten it as much as you can until it like pops out. There you go. And now just increase the size to however big you want the crash site to be. And you can flatten it as much as possible would be best. And just put it all the way down to the ground. There we go. And just quickly, I'm going to bake materials and details, just so there's no grass in there. So now you want to get your plane that's off to the side and just put it on there and just crash it, I guess. Just make it into different little pieces. Like, I would recommend having at least 2 different planes embedded into the ground. So it looks like it's sort of in pieces. I have the tail here, and I'm going to just rotate it a bit. And I'm going to copy that and paste it another plane. It's a duplicate of it, just right here. So it's sort of like it broke into 2 pieces. And it's really nice. I like it. It's pretty good looking. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's not great. So next you want to do is just make that a little skinnier. It's a bit too big for this quite small plane. All right, so now you just want to go back to debris. I don't know why I deleted that. I already had it selected. And just put it everywhere, pretty much. You want to just copy and paste it and put it everywhere. And if you have infinite time on your hands, then I would definitely recommend like rotating it and moving it up and down so it looks a lot less random. I'm just doing this as an example. And just put that all over the crash site. Just like that. Very nice. Just copy, paste. And this will sort of add rubble, I guess. And it looks quite good. It basically just looks like a lot of stones or bricks or something. It got crashed into. And I'm just going to go ahead and rotate a few of them so it looks a little less crap, I suppose. So yeah, just rotate a few. Yeah, as I said, just do this as much as possible to make it look less random. There's a few other things you can put in there. One is rebar. Rebar looks pretty good. It's just those little metal poles sticking up from the ground. Just copy paste that all over the place. Make it a little less random. Yeah, just put it all over the crash site. Just like that. Some other things you can put in is bricks. I think bricks really look good in here. Just throw them all over the place pretty much. Bricks look really good. I love bricks. Bricks are my favorite. Just saying. All right, yeah. And you can just put as many as you want, really. It depends how optimized you want your map. Some other things you can put in is some crates or luggage or something. I think those both look really good. And that's pretty much it. If you want it like the other crash site, I'm putting in an office right now. I'm trying to find a good one. No, it's number 1. There you go. Yeah. And you could sort of just embed it into the ground like you did with the plane. And just have like, I'd recommend just having like a corner sticking out. That looks the best. Sort of like it like got destroyed and fell down. And that's what all the rubble is, pretty much. And yeah, just throw that in there. You can make it a bit bigger, smaller, however you want. And just like that, if you have more of enough time, you could put glass shards around the place and on the building and such. That's what I did. I think it looks really good. I'm just putting that over there. I don't really like the look of that, but whatever. Moving on. Don't you think that desk looks kind of boring? For number 8, I'm going to make it look a little better. So first of all, you want to look up a book and go to white book. Alright, so next you want to just put it down on the floor, sort of like it's a book upside down. And now just make it a little thinner, about the size of a sheet of paper. Yes, we're making paper. You might be thinking, oh, that's kind of stupid. But I like it. I think it looks really good. Especially like when you're like on ultra settings and it's got like bloom and stuff and the sunlight reflecting off it. Oh, it's really nice. Anyways, just sort of duplicate it and just rotate it left and right. So it just looks like a messy stack of papers. And really, that's it. It's really simple to build, but it looks quite nice. So, yeah, moving on. I bet whoever's at this desk is probably really thirsty right now. After making all that paper, I think we're going to give them a water bottle. So first of all, you want to look up canister. You have two little options here. You got canister 1 and 2. Just put down number 1. You can rotate it like that, like a cylinder. And it's basically just like the pipe, but it has a bottom to it. I actually have no clue what this is used for in any official map. But whatever. Get canister number 2 and almost use it as like a thermos lid. That's what this is pretty much, a thermos. And just put it on there. You'll probably want to resize it up. Just make it a bit bigger. And just like that. It's the little lid to it. So obviously that's way too big. So just get it around the table and just size it down a lot. That's still way too big. Yeah, size it down. That's about good. And we can put it on the table. And I think it looks pretty good. It's like a water bottle, but like you can't pick it up. I guess that's kind of stupid, but whatever. And if you want to make the lid off of it, you can just rotate it like that and put the lid on the desk. And I quite like that a bit better. I think it looks a little more... You can tell what it is a little easier if the lid is off it, but it's up to you. So, yeah, that's it. Moving on. And coming in at number 10, we have books. Oh yes, books. I love books. Just books in general is number 10. That's kind of cheaty, but there's a few things I'll describe here. So it's just, oh my god, there's so many things you can do with books. Books and like the rescale tool is just like the best thing in the editor, in my opinion. It's just, you can make so many things. Like, just some examples are a car jack I made. It looks alright, I don't know. This Dunkin' Donuts box in the police station. That the money in the gold bars or whatever in the bank. And even this police car that I remodeled with books. Very poorly, but I tried. I actually did this a while ago, and I forgot about it until now. Yeah, you can sort of just like put books around it, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, I love books. Books are great. You can create this little books thing I'm making right now. Oh, it's great. I love books.